I'm happy to report that as of today, 423 scientists are living in bubbles on Earth and are working on terraforming and healing our Earth Mother. But today is about those we've lost. We will be playing somber folk music inspired by those that lived a more nomadic life, more connected to nature, primarily being popular in mountainous regions.
We interrupt this scheduled broadcast for a breaking news update from the Sticky Buttons podcast.
Yo, it is Brandon.
And this is Blake.
And this is the Sticky Buttons podcast.
It's a pretty chill video game podcast where we talk about the games that we like, the games we love, the games we're playing, and we just chat. So what is up, Brandon? How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Doing very well. Thanks for asking. I've been relishing in this Nintendo November.
The Nintendo November.
Yeah, it's almost coming to a close, and there's just so much on the Switch. I almost bought a game. I almost bought that Dragon Quest game that we were talking about in the last pod episode. And I've been teetering on the fence of whether or not I want it. And I don't know. I'm just going to
How much is
put
it?
it on a Chris. It's $59.99.
Oof, that's tough.
But I'm pretty sure it'll go on sale at some point. So, I'll keep my eye open for that. That's really mainly why I've been hesitant to pull the trigger on that one.
Yeah, no, that's totally understandable. There's so many video game expenses coming up.
Yeah, sir.
Were you able to look at getting a new console?
I was not able to snag a PS5, and I'm glad we're starting off the episode with this because I really don't want to talk about it much. I took a big fat L, and everywhere, the PlayStation queues, Costco, Best Buy, just no luck. I should have pre-ordered the console. Guess it's my fault for not thinking ahead.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those things where it's I think like we have alluded to before. I think it's just a supply chain issue, and there's just a higher demand I think than there typically would be for a new console just because of the COVID. But yeah, I heard a little report today that they don't think that there's going to be any new consoles until second quarter of 2021. Which is April of 2021, but I'm surely thinking there'll be some in the meantime. But I guess we'll just wait and see. Not much you can do at this point.
Yeah, I guess we'll wait and see. And I can sit really pretty because I recently just purchased this Call of Duty Cold War for the PlayStation, and I've been really just taking my time with that title recently. Do you have anything you want to say about that?
Yeah, I got a couple of things I could talk about. How much have you played? How much have you done?
So I started playing through the campaign. I played a few of those missions. I believe the last thing I did was I tried to locate this Russian spy called Perseus. Yeah, I was trying to locate Perseus. The last I got to in the campaign, I dabbled around with the multiplayer a bit.
Mm-hmm.
I just got a feel for what it's like. Very fast paced. You really have to, I would suggest reloading after every kill because, there's someone that's going to pop out almost instantly. It's very fast paced, although it doesn't have any jetpacks and stuff. But that's just Black Ops. Black Ops is always a pretty fast paced shooter. And it's fun. It really, it takes me back. Lots of nostalgia on that multiplayer. The zombies as well. Really interesting. The zombies, they really. I see what you were talking about on the last pod with the colors on the perks and just the color schemes in general. I think they're really interesting. They have some really distinct hues this time around for the zombies maps. I really like the music that they're playing in the background. I always pay attention to the music for the zombies because I don't know, it's just fun. It goes with the experience. It's pretty scary listening to the actual zombies, and then they play these songs. It's always really fun.
Yeah, I got a couple follow-ups with that. Did you play any of the Modern Warfare multiplayer? the past one that they had?
Yes, I played a little bit of that.
I feel like the Modern Warfare Call of Duty franchise and like the Black Ops, they have like very distinct differences. Like it's just like a different vibe, like with the way the menus are, like with the art style and like the guns. It definitely like evokes a different vibes, and to me it evokes different emotions. Like I feel like it's, to me, the Black Ops feels a little bit more like video gamey. Like it feels a little bit more retro, a little bit more. It doesn't feel as like the realism isn't quite there for me, which
Definitely.
I definitely like. Have you played any of the, like, with the kill streaks? Have you got any, or I guess they're score streaks, which is kind of what I want to talk to you about. Do you have like any preference of like kill streaks or score streaks?
I have. Well, you're asking like that system specifically, like the kill
Yeah,
streak, score streak system. I
yeah.
do prefer the score streak system over the kill streak system just because it does allow you to like get something as you play, even if you're not really chaining kills per se. So yeah,
I feel like I never really have like gone all that into Call of Duty, and then like this past one, I just like really did like a deep dive, and I played way too much of it. But I would say like if I was gonna hop on for an hour, I'd probably like get a VTOL jet, which is like this. I don't remember how many kills it is. I mean, like I said, I don't really play it all that often. But like if I would play it for like an hour and a half, I could probably like get one of those, and then like maybe if I played like if I was like playing like an hour a day around like the end of the week, I could probably get some of the higher kill streaks. But this one, I mean,
yeah,
it's just like I feel like I pretty regularly get the first and second one, which I'm thinking about just changing them up, just because I mean like it's kind of silly, like I kind of said with like it just feels more cartoony to me. Like I think one of the first score streaks that you can get is a flaming bow and arrow, which is kind of silly.
they're cool.
Have you played with those at all?
The score streaks in zombies
No, no, no. In multiplayer, have you gotten the
and
flaming bow?
multiplayer. No, I'm not even. I'm level 8 right now, so I don't even think I've unlocked score streaks yet. Quite
Oh,
yet.
I think that you unlock it at like level 4 or something like that. You'll have to look.
I'll have to see what my score streaks are. I haven't really dabbled with those much. I've just been playing around with the guns a lot, trying to get a feel for like what I like to run with. And
Yeah,
recently, that's just been the MP5. The MP5 just doesn't fail.
yeah, definitely. That's a good one. That one I was really using a lot in the beginning when I was playing multiplayer, but I kind of because like I said, I was playing hardcore Dom, but now I switched over to core Dom the last time I played, and I was like, I really want the rifles or the assault rifles for that. I mean like I'm really not gonna take this one as seriously as I took the last one. Like if they have a game pass, I don't think I'm gonna get it unless I've like already unlocked most of it and like know for certain I can complete the whole thing. Because like with the last one with Warzone, or I'm not Warzone, with Modern Warfare, I just got burnt out with the last pass, and I just didn't finish it, which I
Right.
was like kind of upset about. But then like at the same time, I'm like, I already have like a cool operator that I like. Which, have you unlocked any of the operators?
Those are like the different like characters that you can play as.
Yeah.
No, not yet. Not
I
yet.
unlocked 2 yesterday, so I honestly like I really love zombies, and I think that this one's just so awesome. I'm really excited to see if they're gonna put a new map on. Like yesterday, for example, I just like hopped on and I was just playing zombies by myself, like with the volume at like pretty low, and I was like listening to an audiobook in like one ear and like zombies in the other, and like I was just having like a chill time, like a chill night. It's been a busy work week, so had
I
to
understand that, man. I
gotta
definitely
relax the
understand
weekend.
that. That's me in Minecraft, late nights I try to challenge myself to keep my phone away from me when I'm sleeping.
Yeah,
And so that means I'm using the Switch. And then I'm on Minecraft, and it's just a great way to relax and wind down and just yeah, fun game. But
definitely.
dude, we got to get on zombies together, man.
Dude, we
Especially
should.
now on Cold War. Can we do that cross-platform?
Yeah, we could. Yeah, we could hop on right now if we wanted.
That would be so great to live stream. Just live stream us surviving some rounds.
Yeah, they've introduced a lot of cool things. Have you played it and got to like the megalodon?
No, not yet, man. You're gonna have to like give me like a. You're gonna have to show me around, man. seems like you've really gotten to experience these zombies.
Yeah, I don't think I haven't really gone. So this is something new that they introduced. They have so like incidentally, I like looked at all the characters, like all the operators, and I was like, the whichever one I like, that's what I'm gonna spend my time doing. That's what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna unlock that one first. After I unlocked a couple things, I was like, all right, that's what I'm gonna focus my efforts on. And there was this one operator. I think she's like the first one for NATO on the NATO side. So there's like there's two sides, and there's like NATO and the Warsaw Pact. And on the NATO side, there's this chick in a beanie, and she just looks like a total badass. And I was like, I'm going to get her first. And in order to do that, you have to get 3 exiles in zombies. And I was like, well, I don't know what the fuck that means. So I had to.
Yeah, right? I'm like, what?
So I had to figure that one out. I kind of had an idea at the time when I decided to do that. I had played, I think, 2 zombies matches. And I was like, maybe playing the third. And I was like, how do you exile? And I had to look it up. So basically at round 10 and every 5 rounds after that, if you're playing it multiplayer, you can call in a radio. What that means is the majority of your party has to like say yes to the radio, which is in the first room. And then you have it kind of stops the round, which I mean basically you should do this at like the beginning or the end of the round. If there's 2 people, we both have to say yes or no, and then we have to go to the area where the drop zone is, and there's a horde of zombies that's there. So it's like they're already there. I think they spawn in like two mini waves, but like there's a lot of zombies, so you have to like kill them all in like a minute. I think it's like close to like the first time you do it, I think it's like 50 zombies, and then a helicopter comes down, and if you're in multiplayer, you can get on the helicopter and you go to a bonus round. But if you're in single player, it ends it. So if you exile yourself, you essentially win. Like you can like leave.
Okay.
So I did it in single player. So like at round 10 so I got to round 10 3 times, and then exiled 3 times, and then I just unlocked that person. So, but it's
That's
really
awesome.
fun. Although one time I think it was like round 11, and even though it was like round 10, you have to like do the megalodon guy. So basically, which honestly is like not that challenging when you're in multiplayer. It's really not that challenging when you're in single player either. But I mean, it definitely takes a little bit more effort than if like 2 or 3 people are shooting at him. So basically he's like this really like tanky like juggernaut guy, and then once he has like a health, which also there's the zombies have health bars.
I've seen, I know.
Cool.
I really appreciate that now too, because you get to like really maximize on the melee and just like, you know, shoot just enough to leave them so you can finish them with the melee and like get more points. And I have experienced that. You call him the Juggernaut?
Yeah, I think he's called he has a name. Maybe I'm reading it wrong because like I've kind of just been like playing low key, but I think it's called like the Megalodon or something like that. Yeah, he's just like a jug guy, and then he turns into like 2 smaller people.
Okay, I've never seen, but I've seen this guy that has like a mask on, and then I have to like, it's like a bigger zombie with like a bodysuit almost.
Yeah, and he's like a light like neon green kind of.
Well, yeah, he's not the one that I shot. Is not that.
Yeah, so they have a couple different types too. So like some zombies are bigger than other zombies.
That might be it.
Have you gotten to the dogs at all?
Yes. Oh man,
those dogs they're
pesky.
So when you blow one up, they've got like acid. They leave like acid pools, and those things really kind of fuck you up. There's also this thing,
especially if you don't have Jug.
Yeah, I actually, like, to be honest, I feel like normally, like, whenever I've played in previous zombies, I've been like, oh, like, Jug's like my lifeline. But I don't really think it helps that much in this one, to be honest. Like, I'm trying to level it up right now, which is what I was alluding to. There's these things, I don't remember if they're called, like, ether crystals, or there's some kind of crystal, and you get them from playing, and then you can level up different things. So like you can level up like different classes of guns. So like, for example, for every shotgun, I've like upgraded the shotgun class. Like every time I have a shotgun, it does like 5% more damage. And that costs like an ether crystal. And then you can like upgrade your perks too, to where like there's like, but like you have to like get to a certain level. So it's like either you can either level up through multiplayer or zombies, which I've pretty much done exclusively zombies, but I did jump into a couple matches. I'm pretty close to even for my KD on all of them, but I'm still learning the maps, and not doing so hot in that regard. But that's not really what it's about. It's about having fun.
Yeah, man, it's about having fun. I love playing the objective, just
Yeah.
trying to win, you know. And then zombies, that's trying to survive as long as you can. And man, it doesn't get hard. Past like round 15, I was playing multiplayer with 4 people, and I do know the more people, the more zombies you get. But it was pretty difficult round 15, 16, and I got down. I just kept getting down like round 17 because I just didn't know where stuff was in the map. I had a hard time navigating. I just got to play some more, get to know that map. What is it
Yeah.
called again? Do you know the name? Do you remember off the top of your head?
Oh gosh, it's like Die Machine or something like that. Like
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, like
I think
Dirt
it's Dice, like the DIES machine, DOS machine,
something like
whatever. Yeah, something like that. I accidentally jumped into a a multiplayer match on zombies. I don't know about you, but if I don't know, I don't think it's the most intuitive way to do like a private match or like a match with just your party. When I did it, I actually like I had like an hour, and then I just like ended up like leaving. I ended up getting in a match, and I was like, well, I don't want to play this right now. But I just like left my controller and like went and made some food because I was like, I did not realize that I joined this. But I like leveled up one of my guns, so I was like, I don't want to lose the XP that I got. But I was like, I'm kind of done, so I kind of just left it. But yeah, like it get I kind of forgot what I was saying, honestly. But I saw that somebody in this match they made us like 4 zombies. You can make your own classes, which is pretty cool that you can do that now.
yeah.
And this is also something really cool, like probably my favorite thing to go after in like the objective like customization thing that you can do in Call of Duty. I like to go after the reticles, which is like what you see when you go down the site. And they actually have reticles and camos for the guns that are both for multiplayer and zombies. So that's really cool.
And are the unlocks separate? So you have to like do different challenges to unlock the different camos.
Yeah, I think so. And this is like with the reticles in the past one versus this one. I'm really happy with this one because this one there's like not challenges for the reticles, at least for the ones that I've seen. It's like just straight kills. So like once you get like 50 kills, like 100 kills downside or like 500 kills, like yeah, like so I was like that's really exciting. That's really cool that they have that. I was really pumped about that personally.
Yeah, that does sound exciting. What kind of reticles did you get to like look ahead and see what reticles like kind of stuck
Yeah, I
you
got
out?
like from the one that I have right now on zombies. It's like I think it's like the second one that you can unlock for whichever the first site is that you can unlock for like the first assault rifle. That one I have like a purple crosshairs right now, which is kind of cool.
Ooh, that's sick.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm into
that's
that
calm.
one.
That's like
Yeah, they have some really cool ones when you get into it, but I don't think I even got to the point I was trying to make. I saw somebody they made like a special melee class for zombies, and then I was like, no way. And then I ended up doing that too, just like kind of just like I just did it to fuck around. So I have one class I don't even have a gun for zombies. It's just a knife. I was trying to experiment on how long it would be like a one hit kill with the knife. I think I made it to around like 6 or something, and I just like switched out for a gun because I was like, it doesn't really make sense anymore. But if you're trying to like rack up the melee kills and you don't, or if you want to have like a leg up on the people in your party or whoever you're playing with, or if you need the extra points, like just switch over to the knife and use that until you can like get a gun. You can probably that can really carry you to a couple areas because I think like I did not struggle with it until like round like 6 or something, and then I was like, it'll just be easier to get a gun. So
yeah.
if you want to do that, like that's an easy way to rack up points. And the knife has like camos as well. So
Really, you can get it gold.
what'd you say?
You can get it gold and stuff.
I don't know if you can get a gold. I didn't look at that. I got like 1 or 2, but I think you probably could. I think you probably could.
Oh man,
That'd be
I
interesting.
want to get some guns gold in multiplayer. That looks exciting to do. I also want to finish the campaign a lot. Have you gotten a chance to get started?
I meant to ask you about this. So I have another friend that got it, and they were telling me they kind of called me up and they were like, "Hey, have you played any of the campaign at all?" And I was like, "No, I haven't." I was like, "I'm not really. I mean, I'm just like so excited about the zombies and like the multiplayer. I haven't really even touched it." And they were like, "Yeah, I like couldn't get past the first mission. Like I just like they had me like assassinate some dude, and he was like eating with his family." And I was just like, fuck this. And I turned it off. And I was like, oh, like, I mean, Yeah, like sometimes these games can be kind of bad, but I mean, I haven't played it yet myself. Is it fucked up?
Yeah, I remember that mission. It was pretty fucked up. I'm not gonna lie, but what do you expect? It's Call of Duty. It's it's not another title. Um,
Yeah, I mean, like
and
that's kind of the problem that these games have. I mean, if you like, I'm sure, like, I mean, like a lot of me and people my age right now, we might be like experiencing things where like, you know what, maybe I don't want to consume this media, or maybe
yeah,
this isn't right for me anymore. That's totally fine, and if you don't want that, like, there are a lot of other games out there. There are also a lot of other like first-person shooters that are more cartoonish and more sci-fi that feel more like a game and they have less realism. And if that's what you're trying to do, like, there's no shame in it.
yeah, there is no shame in it. But also on the opposite end of that, I really feel like Call of Duty is doing a good job of telling that story of like the Cold War, putting you in there and just those clips that they like show you and they kind of retell that moment in history. It really evokes emotion. Like it really makes you feel a certain way when you play it, and that's why I was asking like if you had gotten through it at all. It's a great story.
I'll have to
And
check it
and yeah,
out.
that mission, that's a CIA mission, and as far as realism, that's very generous as far as the stuff the CIA does. But let's not get into that.
Yeah, definitely. I
Yeah,
mean, like, it's definitely so like there's definitely like a difference between telling a story for the sake of having the experience and invoking the emotion and or invoking the emotion of it, and there's also like a difference between like overly romanticizing it. And like as Americans, we have been very lucky in our history to not have very many wars on our own land and soil, and kind of because of that, we're kind of desensitized to it and desensitized to war and what that can really bring. So
yeah,
definitely try and be conscious about how you feel about that kind of stuff, because like there's an inherent danger that society could potentially face if war and violence is over romanticized. And if this
definitely.
particular example is not necessarily resonating with you, another example is in Call of Duty. I think they stopped putting like the Nazi sign in like Nazi zombies. Like it was like originally Nazi zombies, and they like
Yeah,
stopped doing that. And that kind of goes the other way, where it's kind of like censorship, that that thing, like, I'm not going to tell you how you should feel about that, like you should make up your own opinions. But there's a difference between like censorship, because if you censorize it, then it's like invoking ignorance. Whereas if like you have it and you're having those discussions, that's really important.
yeah, for sure. And Call of Duty is one of those titles where they're always like involved in this kind of like controversy, and that's why now they have like this thing where they have the graphic mode enabled, the graphic content. They ask you in the very beginning of the campaign whether or not you want to like see the graphic content or not.
Oh,
um
I mean, I haven't played it, so I wouldn't know, but
and I think in zombies as well, there's a mode where you can kind of change the gore a bit so it's more cartoony, and there's not like as much blood and stuff. And yeah, like that's definitely something that developers at these places have been conscious of, and they're trying to, make efforts to like please please people. But yeah, it really is it's a controversy. It goes both ways. There's people on both ends, and
yeah, there's definitely like there's good points to be had on both sides. I mean, I'm not going to tell you how to feel. You feel how you want to feel about it. You can have your own opinions. That's totally fine. Me personally, I'm super against a lot of it, but I think it's fun as fuck, and I'm an adult, so I can choose to play these games and
right.
still be conscious about the things that it's invoking. So that's kind of, I mean, that's how I feel about them, but you
But
can feel
let's
differently.
I want to ask you about that, like censorship in video games. Like, how do you how do you feel about that? Like, that doesn't have to be that example particularly. Um,
Yeah. I mean, like, gosh, it's kind of there's kind of two sides of this, where there's like censorship, and then on the opposite of that there's like representation. And I think that the reason that I'm going to shift your question is because, like, in regards to censorship, I really don't think there are too many examples where
Yeah.
games are censored. And I think there's also a lot of games that like just don't age well. And if you play like some older games, you might be like, that's like kind of fucked up and doesn't fit the times. And that's when you say you can just turn it off and move on to something else, you know?
Right.
But on the like I said, the flip side of that, I'm really excited about where we're going and not necessarily where we've been. Like in a lot of the games that are coming out, there's been a lot more representation of a lot of different people. Like for example, in the last Tony Hawk, there's a non-binary skater, and I think that is super awesome. And it's a lot of gaming companies have tried to include non-binary and have more, I guess, non-traditional roles and relationships. And I think that's really awesome and really important because making this community more inclusive is really what it's all about. And
For sure.
I don't know. I mean, I hope that we promote that here on our channel, you know, that anyone is welcome to join us. And I think that, you know, the representation is going in a good direction, even though I don't think we're there yet. And I mean, that's kind of says like to the state of the world, you know, like we're like progression happens every day, you know, not necessarily like progressivism, but like progressing as humans in society that happens every day. And take one step towards it, you know, it's small victories. And also like games take like forever, like half a decade to develop. So sometimes you have to, I guess, like I'm sure those conversations happen where they plan stuff
Right.
out and they're like, you know, we should change this because the world's changed in 5 years, which is good. You know, the world should change.
Right. That's a good sign.
What do you, I mean, do you have anything that you'd like to add to that or?
I mean, you made some really good points. It's kind of like I don't know where to like follow up on that, honestly.
Gotcha. You don't have to, man. You don't have to have any thoughts.
I mean, I'm just taking that all in. I'm just thinking about it.
Yeah, it's just it's a complicated world out there. It's a lot of complicated things.
Certainly.
And you know, honestly, if you have like if you listener have a question about this or a point that you'd like to bring up, you can email us. We have an email now, and it is thestickybuttonspod@gmail.com. You can send us an email. If you have any questions about anything, you know, if you have a question about Nintendo, or if you have a question about the Call of Duty, or if you have just general questions about life, we'd be happy to answer you. Yeah, thestickybuttonspod@gmail.com. Send us an email. Make sure that that subject line is catchy and invokes a response.
It makes me want to click it.
We're just gonna get like spams, like ads, and join this pyramid scheme, Blake.
So, have you been able to play The Legend of Zelda at all? Have you been able to get back on that?
Dude, that's funny that you bring that up. I was playing that today on my lunch, and almost before I called you. I'm frustrated, and it's not at the game itself, but it's at my Joy-Cons, because I just am like standing still, or I'm trying to stand still, and it's just moving me. The Joy-Cons
Oh
are drifting.
man, you got the drift.
I got the drift.
Already? How long have you had it?
Not that long, but I did buy it used, so that is. I think that's where my problems lie. I also have like they're like covers for the buttons that make them like stick out.
Yeah.
I realized that if I took those off, it makes it better. But to me, it's just like a little bit of weight on it. But I'm a little bit sad, and I was looking at Amazon, thinking about buying some new Joy-Cons, and I'm trying to decide if I want to buy Nintendo ones or like a third party. Because I was looking at some of the third party ones, and I was like, you know, those look cooler. But I don't really know, because it's kind of one of those things where it's like, is it like they're cheaper? So does that mean that they're going to be crappier, which is generally the case? But I kind of think that the current ones are kind of crappy, which is why I'm kind of like looking to go into a third party. Are all the Joy-Cons you have from Nintendo itself?
Yeah, at the moment, all the Joy-Cons that I have are from Nintendo itself. I have not thought about dabbling with that. Although I'm sure Nintendo is not a company like Apple, where they kind of like tie their hardware and their software. I'm fairly certain that you can use the third parties, hardware just fine with it.
Yeah,
And
that's kind of what I was thinking. And
yeah,
like honestly, like some of the ones I was looking at actually looked like better quality. So I'm thinking about checking it out. I might actually order those after this because I kind of decided today. I've looked at them a couple times and I kind of like decided today. I was like, you know what? I should just buy what I want, and even if it doesn't work out, that's okay. I figure they won't break
it
immediately.
is what it is. Lesson learned, man. And honestly, on that note, I have a Nintendo connector dock
Hmm.
that is a third party hardware that I've purchased from Amazon, and it works just fine. And yeah, I like that about the Switch. It's very dynamic.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely.
it seems like it's also not too difficult to jailbreak, although I just don't want to talk about that stuff just for like future purposes.
Yeah, I'm not gonna tell you what to do on
Advertises.
that. If I am in a position where I could easily get a new one with no consequences, I probably would do it. But I'm kind of like, I'm not in like a bad financial position. Like I'm just trying to be smart, you know. Gotta
For
have
sure.
gotta have money saved up in case there's a you got a problem, you know. Gotta have the rainy day fund. You're the only person that can ensure that you have a financial future and you have your finances in check. But at the same time, I definitely spend a lot on video games. So, and I always have. But I actually, when I was in school, I would hit up the used games quite a bit. And I kind of had a thought the other day about this is just kind of like this kind of just popped into my head about used games. I was thinking about it and I was like, man, how is this going to happen? How is this going to work in the future? Because both the mainline consoles they have a diskless option that is cheaper and more affordable. And I'm definitely when I buy the PS5, I'm not buying the disc port. I'm gonna buy the one without the disc to where you can just download stuff.
Digital.
Yeah, that's the word. That's the word I was looking for. I'm gonna buy the digital version.
Really? You prefer the digital over the disc port?
I don't know if I prefer it, but I mean like it's $100 difference. That's a game and potentially three like like if I bought two indie games or like two games on sale and then a full price game, I mean to me and like also like all of my discs that I currently have, they're all Xbox, so I can't really use them.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I might get if I'm in a position where I can get the Xbox with the disc reader at like a discounted price, I probably will just so I can continue to have that back catalog. But yeah, I don't think I'm gonna buy the disc. I just wonder how that's gonna work in the future if like things go almost completely digital. Which I mean, that's the trend. I mean, obviously, there's always going to be a trend for physical copies and stuff, but we're heading to a place where games are becoming more expensive, and the economics of them are becoming more in the main light. And then there's also like the fact that it's just cheaper to do digital downloads, and you don't have to pay like a middleman or a retailer, so to speak.
Right.
I just wonder what's going to happen to all those like GameStop, which is the corporate version, and also the small businesses like the retro GameStops, or damn, not GameStops, the retro game stores that we all have in our community, the local game shop, as they say.
Yeah, yeah. I have one of those that I rely on. Unfortunately, they didn't have the PS5. Um, but I tried.
You can't
I
feel you can't
tried.
feel bad about it, man. There's so many like I don't know anybody that has one. If that makes you feel better.
It doesn't, if I'm being honest. But I'm willing to wait. I really am, especially now that I'm about to go back to work.
Hmm.
My hands are just about to be really full,
Yeah,
and
definitely.
yeah, I'm just gonna be able to like be patient and wait for that drop. And then that you make some good points. I'm gonna reconsider getting a disc port.
I mean, it makes sense if you have a catalog that you like a previous catalog that you want to play on. You know, like if you have the physical copies of a lot of games, then you're like, I want to be able to play these. But I mean,
Well, it's
and
just
also
it's
play
just
those
because
on the
I know
PS4.
what kind of gamer I am. You know, I will buy a game digitally, and then it's just too easy. It's too easy to just buy it and then play it and then never play it again.
Yeah,
You know,
that definitely happens for sure.
if you have to go through this process where you actually have to go to the retailer, and let's promote like not going to the GameStop, going to the game shop,
Yeah,
and
yep,
you know
definitely.
getting it at a lower price if you can, trying to save, get a bang for your buck. But that, yeah, really, like that promotes like just spending more time with the game, and yeah, just if you have to put in that effort, you're more likely to play it and see it through, I feel like.
Yeah, definitely. There's also it adds a sense of community too. If you have one of those in your community, you might walk and see an old friend in there, or you might make a new one. So, I mean,
Definitely.
those places are really important for the gaming community as a whole. But as part of November or Nintendo November, I have a little surprise for you, Brandon. I got something that I went out and did. Uh, are you ready for this? I don't know if you're ready.
I think I am. I think I'm ready.
Well, this happens to be a Nintendo trivia quiz. I went out and Googled it and found
Ooh,
one. I looked at a couple. There are
I think I'm
a
ready.
couple out there where it's like, what is this Nintendo character? And it's like a picture of a Toad, and it's like Toad, Donkey Kong, Mario. And I was like, I think that's Mario. But yeah, I just thought some of those were pretty funny. There are some silly little Nintendo quizzes out there, but I think that this one I think is going to be hard. I think it's going to be interesting. If you're a viewer, I hope you learned something from this. This is as of 2017 is when this quiz was created. So there's one of them that I think there is at least one question that is wrong, and we will talk about it when we get there. But there's also a lot of like trivia from like the 80s and 90s, which I didn't know any of that shit. And maybe you will, maybe you won't. I think you might be
Let's see it.
flabbergasted by a couple of these. All right, so we're gonna start out nice and easy here. This is Q1, question one, as they say. What is the best-selling Nintendo exclusive game of all time? Would you like me to give you the multiple choice, or?
Yes, please.
All right, the multiple choice answers are A, Duck Hunt, B, Super Mario Bros, C, Mario Kart Wii, D, Wii Sports.
I am gonna go ahead and go with B, Super Mario Bros.
Oh, that's gonna be wrong, my friend. The answer is
What?
Wii Sports. The
That was my second.
Yeah, yeah. I'll give you a little fun factoid about this one. Yeah, so the reason basically that this is the right answer is it came with every Wii sold, and the Wii was the I think it was, if not the Switch might have surpassed it, but at one point it was the highest selling game console ever. This
Yeah.
game sold over 8 point or wow, holy shit! This game sold over 82 million copies, more than double that of the original Super Mario Bros.
Dude, I used to love bowling,
Oh,
Wii
dude,
boxing,
Wii Bowling's the best.
tennis. Wii tennis is really fun.
Did you ever play the Wii Sports Resort?
I never did, but I think with the Wii tennis, that's where my like shoulder problems started. So,
Really?
like, I can't,
I'm sorry I laughed there. My sister would always crush me at the Wii tennis. I was never good at the Wii tennis. In the Wii Sports Resort, they had sword fighting and like dog fights. Oh, I loved those. That dog fight was cool. Did you ever play that?
dog fighting.
Yeah, they had it in the Wii Sports Resort. So like they had the Wii Sports, but then they like because it was so popular, they made like an upgraded version that you can like buy to the Wii Sports Resort, which I am definitely
Okay.
gonna take my sister on when I get home for Christmas. So, Paige, if you're out there, you're going down. You're going down. um, yeah, so they had all kinds of things in that. You should check that out, man. Wii Sports Resort. That was way better than the Wii Sports. They had
Yeah.
this bowling mini game where it was 100 pins. 100. That's 10 times
Ew.
the amount of pins in Wii Sports. So get on Wii
And wait,
Sports.
the bowling ball the same size?
Yeah, the bowling ball was the same size. If you got a strike with 100
Interesting.
pins, that was something.
You're something else.
Yeah, I think you had to like surprisingly, you couldn't like if you hit it like right in the middle, it wouldn't like if you hit it like right on the first pin, it wouldn't have enough momentum. You actually really almost had to do it to where it would like cut through like the first half and then like hit the wall and then bounce and then take on the second half. Like you had to, I mean, like it was 100 pins. It was like a big space and there was like walls that you could bounce off of like inside where the pins were. So it was hard to get the strike. It was very like unintuitive because like the pins was kind of like a wave effect. Anyways, we've talked about this for too long. Check out Wii Sports Resort if you can. Which of the following games did the Mario creator not design? A. Donkey Kong. B. Kid Icarus. C. Excite Bike, and D. The Legend of Zelda. So which of those did the creator of Mario not design? Donkey Kong, Kid Icarus, Excite Bike, The Legend of Zelda.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it's probably the other very popular title in The Legend of Zelda.
You're 0 for 2, kid. It's not going great.
And
So the answer is Kid Icarus.
wow, dude, that guy was dropping bangers. Super Mario Bros. Legend of Zelda.
Donkey Kong. I don't really know what Excite Bite is, but Taro Aswa and Yoshio Sakamoto are the creative, or are credited with designing Kid Icarus, which it looks like a Mario-esque kind of game. All right, on to the next question. What is the first game with Princess Zelda as a playable character? Do you want me to give you the multiple choice for this one?
Yes, please.
A. Zelda, Wand of Gamelon. B. The Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time. C. Sorry, I laughed. Super Smash Bros. Melee. Or D. Super Smash Bros. Brawl.
I'm gonna go with Ocarina of Time.
Oh, you are really striking out today.
Over 3?
0 for 3.
Oh, man. Somebody
is-
kicked me out of the podcast.
I figured this was gonna be hard because these are all games that are older. So I've actually never played this one. The answer is Zelda Wand of Gamelon, and that was in 1993.
Whoa, 93. What a year.
Oh wow! It says this truly atrocious game was released for the ill-fated Philips CDI system. The low-budget, crudely animated game was created with almost no involvement from Nintendo. Yikes.
Wow.
Oh, I gotta see what this looks like.
Now Nintendo's all over it.
Zelda Wand of Gamelon. Ooh, that looks tough. It looks like Scooby-Doo, bro.
Wow.
That is tough. You should Google that one if you're
It looks like Scooby-Doo. That's the quote of the year.
Zelda, the Wand of Gamelon, featuring Scooby-Doo. Okay. So this is the question that I think is wrong because this quiz was created 3 years ago. What is the best-selling Nintendo handheld of all time? The system in question sold an estimated 154 million units since launch. 1.54 million. No big deal.
Can I get a little hint on this one?
I'll give you the multiple choice. A. Nintendo Game Boy. B. Nintendo Game Boy Advanced. C. Nintendo DS. D. Nintendo 3DS.
I'm gonna go with C. Nintendo DS.
Oh, you struck gold. The first one right. It is the DS. Although I think this question is outdated. I think that, well, I guess it's not really handheld. I was gonna say I think the Switch has sold more copies than that. Let's give it a little fact checked. Yeah, it still looks like the Wii's. Wii's bigger than the Switch. Looks like the Switch is around 55 million units sold, and it looks like the Wii was at 101 million units sold. Which, if de facto, 154 million units of the Nintendo DS have sold. But I wonder if that also includes like the DS Lite, the DS XL. Like, I feel like it might just be like the class of DS before the 3DS. Anyways, this one I feel like I've got high hopes for you on this one too. Congrats on getting your first question right.
Let's see.
Which pro baseball team did Nintendo become a majority owner of in 1992?
Wow. That's a tricky one. May I have some options?
Yeah, absolutely. So it looks like Nintendo spent $100 million to dip its toes into a very different kind of game. That's what the quiz says. A, the Seattle Mariners. B, the Oakland Athletics. That's tough. Poor Oakland. C, Kansas City Royals. And D, the Tampa Bay Rays.
I know it's not Oakland.
Yeah, it's not Oakland.
I'm gonna have to go with the Seattle Mariners.
Oh, you are correct. You're on a roll.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
Yeah, it looks like Nintendo headquarters in Richmond, Washington purchased the team in 1992 as a goodwill gesture to keep it from relocating to St. Petersburg, Florida. Well, thank you, Nintendo. Where would we be without you? Florida doesn't need another baseball team.
Shout out to Washington. That's one hell of a state.
Dude, I've been out there one time. Went to the Space Needle, had dinner up there. Nice view.
Where up there?
The Space Needle. It's in Seattle, not there in Washington.
I've never been to Washington. I gotta head out there, man. That's a bucket list place
Dude,
to visit.
I'd love to go out there, man. I really want to see the Pacific Northwest. I have not really spent any time there, especially no time there as an adult. And I love forests and I love cold and rainy weather. So, I mean, I like all kinds of weather. Who am I to judge?
It seems like it could be a fun state. Lots of things to do, lots of places to explore.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot out there that I'd be really interested in seeing along the whole West Coast. Actually, I think there's a lot of bucket list items out there. It definitely feels a little less accessible from out here on the East Coast, though. To be honest, it feels like a world away.
It definitely does feel like a world away, and it is. That's because it is. It's all the way across this continent.
Yeah, that is true. I reckon the flights are pretty expensive. Let's take a look.
Watch, you're gonna get JetBlue ads all week.
I probably will. Which, if you're listening to this, only travel if you can, and if you can stay safe while doing so. All right. It looks like you could fly from New York to Seattle, Washington for as little as $172 right now.
That's not bad.
That is not bad at all.
That's a place I would love to look for roles and just to look for jobs in after college.
Yeah, definitely.
That's
if
a
you did
place
that,
to
we'd have to record this on the weekends. Got a little time zone difference out there.
That would be a time zone. That would be a huge time zone difference. I didn't even think about that. Well, not huge.
I've got a buddy out in Arizona, and he's like 2 hours behind. So like every time I play any kinds of games with him, I'm always like, yeah, it's fucking 1 a.m. for me. Sorry, it's 10 p.m. there. I gotta go.
Oh man.
It's tough. I have been staying up way too late to play with him. Kyle, pal, get on a little earlier, bud. All right, so this question is, I was just going to skip over it, but I'm going to see if we can do it. It says, which game is this screenshot from? And I'm going to describe the screenshot to you. It's a screenshot of a Koopa Troopa driving a Mario Kart cart. And in the back is Lady Toadstool herself, the one with the pink hair, and she's jumping up and throwing her hand in the air, fist bumping. The options are Mario Kart Circuit. Oh, gosh. Wow. Okay. Mario Kart Super Circuit. B, Mario Kart Double Dash. C, Mario Kart Wii. D, Mario Kart 8.
I'm going to go with B, Mario Kart Double Dash.
It is Mario Kart Double Dash. That was a good one.
Yeah, I played that game.
You what?
I played Double Dash for a while on the Nintendo GameCube. Honestly, my favorite Mario Kart, just given the fact that you could play with two people of one kart, and it just had like this really interesting game dynamic where if you had two remotes, you can like alternate the driver and the person who's like in the back just like fucking shit up with the shells and stuff. So it was just a really fun dynamic.
Yeah,
I should remake it.
That you could have like the two, or you could have like an item for each person. I would play this at my buddy Robert's house when we were kids, and I actually heard from him today. He got engaged. So
Wow, would you look at that? How crazy is that?
yeah, shout out to Robert. Hey, Robert, if you're listening, congrats to you and Alyssa, my friend. You guys are going to have a happy life. Congratulations. There's some optimism in this world. Huge shout out to them. And I'm pretty sure he's going to take her name.
Ooh.
I don't know if that's true. But no shame to anybody that does want to do that. My mom is a very independent woman, and she did not change her last name. So have an open conversation about it. There's a lot of people out there that they both give up their names and they mash them together. I knew somebody that did that.
What?
They used to be friends of the family, but I don't think we liked them. Yeah, they took the first half of the guy's name, the second half of the little girl's name, but I don't really remember, and I don't remember the story. But I think my parents used to be friends with them, but I guess they're dead to us now. So sorry. We had a close knit group. If you fuck one of us over, you're out the door, pal.
Get cut out. There's no room in this circle for squares.
Okay, on to the next Nintendo November question. Which Nintendo game caused enough injuries in children to result in an $80 million settlement?
Oh man, that sounds huge.
There's a little thing that they have here. Former New York Attorney General Elliot Spitzer went after Nintendo when parents reported cuts, blisters, and friction burns that resulted from playing.
Whoa.
You guys can't see Brandon's face right now, but he's like, what the fuck?
How? Like, I'm like, yeah, what product is this? I want to play with this product. That sounds intense.
So it is the specific it's the, oh god, I can't think of the console. It's the console with the 3 prongs and the thing in the middle.
Oh, the Nintendo 64.
It is a game from that console, and it is that controller that they're talking about.
I can imagine, because that controller, even as a kid, I would play with it and I'd be like, man, like this shit hurts. Like even now I can remember thinking that as a little kid. Like the design was just, there was something about like the buttons, they just weren't, no, not the buttons, like I guess the technology wasn't there for like rotating and like the analog sticks, and it was really stiff, and the plastic was just hard to touch. And yeah, I could see that happening. Imagine like a game where you're playing that a lot and like it consists of you like making a motion. Yeah, I could see blisters and all types of shit happening.
So the options on this are A, Tony Hawk Pro Skater, B, Super Smash Bros, C, Mario Kart 64, and D, Mario Party.
I'm going to go with Mario Kart 64. I feel like Mario Kart 64 is a game that people would just definitely just mashing buttons playing the whole lot on.
Yeah, that'd be a good guess, but you're wrong.
What?
Sorry to break it to you, but it is Mario Party from 1999. I was a little baby. I was 2 years old at the time.
I should have known.
Yeah, it's one of those ones that anybody can play, and anybody can just jump right in. Especially if you don't have the gamer calluses, you know.
There's a lot of button mashing that goes on in that one.
Yeah, those mini games, man. So it says, under the terms of the settlement, Nintendo was required to provide 4 sets of gaming gloves to every owner of Mario Party who requested them. Oh man, if you couldn't see Brandon's face, he was making a what the fuck face. And I went up to clap my hands, but I'm wearing a coat, and my hands awkwardly met over my head as I clapped.
Man, that's something else.
It's cold out here in New York today.
Very cold day in the city. Stay inside if you can.
I'm wearing a little down sweater. Nothing too fancy. It's got a little logo on it. It's from Patagonia.
Just some Patagonia.
Yeah, we both worked there at one point. Yeah, that's fine. Moving on. What is the first Nintendo game to feature Mario in it?
I need to hear the options.
Gotcha. So it looks like it gives this away. So this is not one of the options. His first video game appearance predates Super Mario Bros., by 4 years. So the options are Mario Bros, Tennis, Donkey Kong, Wrecking Crew.
I'm gonna go with Wrecking Crew.
Wrong again, my friend.
No, what is it?
It's Donkey Kong.
Ah,
Yeah, I figured that one was gonna eat you up. So yeah, Mario is the guy at the bottom of the Donkey Kong arcade games. That has to run up the slides and jump over the barrels.
poor Mario.
Poor Mario. He's had a tough one, man.
Mamma mia.
All right. I don't know what the fuck this question means or what the fuck it is. So I'm just gonna read it, and I don't know. I guess this it has a little date by the answer, and it says 1980. So yeah, we weren't around for this. The question is, what is the name of Nintendo's first ever Game & Watch title?
Yeah, that's when I'm gonna have to yield. I have no clue.
Do you know what a Game & Watch is?
Well, Game and Watch, I do know he's like this little like stick 2-dimensional character in Super Smash Bros. And he's really annoying to fight because he's so small and he has these like really funky animations.
Yeah, so he does have some funky animations. I'm actually looking at a picture of him right now, but I guess I didn't know that that's what it was. So I'll give you a chance here. If you get this right, I'll Venmo you $5, but not really. Answer: A, ball; B, oil panic; C, egg; or D, Mario Bros. Okay. No, I'll read the question again for you. What is the name of Nintendo's first ever Game & Watch title? With A being ball, B being oil panic, C being egg, and D being Mario Bros.
I'm gonna go with B, Oil Panic.
That would be a good guess. Unfortunately, it is just ball. And it's just literally a picture of him juggling a single ball with 2 hands. So that's weird. Gosh, video games have come such a long way. Sorry if you grew up in the 80s. That's really missing out now. This one you might know. I don't know. We're just going to speed run through these. Which film inspired the enemies in Nintendo's Metroid series? A, Star Wars; B, Galaxy of Terror; C, Predator; or D, Alien?
Can you repeat the question, please?
Yes. So the question is, which film inspired the enemies in Nintendo's Metroid series? It's the guy, it's Samus. I think Samus is the guy, right?
I love that series. Yeah, Samus. That's actually my profile picture for the Switch, but that's besides the point.
Yeah, I guess it's the enemies in that series. I've never played that series. The multiple choice answers are A, Star Wars; B, Galaxy of Terror; C, Predator, or D, Alien.
Well, my experience with Samus, I played the series. I played it on the DS. Was it the DS? I believe so. It was a DS, and there were these like really funky like squid things that would jump onto you on the screen. They would like jump on. They had like these teeth or like these circular mouths, and I don't know. Between Alien and Predator, I want to go with Alien.
Ah, you are correct. Ding, ding, ding. That is correct.
Yes.
All right. What was Nintendo's original line of business when the company was founded in 1889? Wow.
I did not know that. You said Nintendo?
Yeah, what was Nintendo's original line of business when the company was founded in 1889? The company wasn't making video games 128 years ago.
Let me hear the options.
All right. So it could. Oh wow. The options really paint a picture. So option A, love hotels; B, instant rice; C, a taxi company; or D, playing cards.
I'm gonna go with D, playing cards.
Yep, that would be correct. This is the little synopsis it has. Though Nintendo has invested in love hotels, instant rice, and taxis in the past, and Major League Baseball too, as we found out from this quiz, the company got its start manufacturing traditional Japanese playing cards. Nintendo has since made Mario-themed editions for its Nintendo Club members. Interesting. All right, I think that we should I think this should be the last question. What was the first Nintendo game to have a save game feature?
Mm.
We're not talking passwords here. We're talking the first battery-powered game backup, in quotation marks. And your options are going to be A, Dragon Warrior, B, Final Fantasy, C, Metroid, or D, The Legend of Zelda.
Oh, man. I'm gonna go with The Legend of Zelda.
And you would be right. Another one for Brandon. Ding, ding, ding. Who? Legend of Zelda, 1987. He threw his headset off. He's celebrating. This game relied on a solared watch type battery to hold the game save data, to hold the save game data.
That makes sense. I remember Majora's Mask.
Mm-hmm.
You had to save on the 6-4.
Gotcha. I have one more for you. I knew that was going to be the last one, but this one, I can't let it happen. I can't let this question go unanswered. What was Mario's original name? The possible answers are Jumpman, Big Red. He made the what the fuck face again? I'm going to start over. What was Mario's original name? A, Jumpman, B, Big Red, C, Luigi, or D, Squattin' Sam?
Definitely not D.
Yeah, I can tell you right now, it's not Squattin' Sam.
What was A again?
Jumpman.
I'm gonna go.
Jumpman, Big Red, or Luigi.
I'm gonna go with Big Red.
Oh, it's so close. It was actually Jumpman.
No way! No
Oh,
way!
man. It says actually Mario had a few alternate names. He was listed as Jumpman in the English instructions for Donkey Kong, while the designer named him Mr. Video. The character's name was eventually changed to Mario in honor of the company's U.S. landlord. Wow.
Landlords.
Wow, that was a lot of talking. I think you're gonna have to take the wheel. I'm gonna grab some water.
All right, guys. So, airplanes. Airplane food. Am I right?
I leave you alone for a second and you bring up airplane food. What is this? This is garbage.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, the airplane food. It's just garbage. I had one single airplane meal one time, and it was pretty okay.
Except if you're in Europe.
I was in Europe at the time. It was
See?
yeah. They just must do everything better over there.
Nah, it's just the food. It's just the food.
It's just the food.
They just care about the food a little more.
You know, actually, I'm gonna take it back. This one time I was on a plane and they gave out these little like maple wafer cookies, and I was like, I've had these before. These are like cardboard. But for whatever reason, this one time they were different and they were delicious. And
Good.
I have no idea what was different or what they did, but
It was the production line or whatever. That's yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever gone on a flight, and when you get there, they like give you like the napkins, but they've got like a ton of like logos on them?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's a little weird. I wonder if they just like get those for free, or if people pay them to give out those napkins.
I think it's definitely one of those things they pay.
Yeah, I think they've got to. I actually, in my head, I was thinking about like, you know how like in Pokemon Sword and Shield, like Leon, he's got like a bunch of sponsors on his like cape. Like what if they just gave you a napkin and it was like all like the sponsors, or just like all the sponsors of the flights. Oh, that's so silly. Capitalism and marketing. Gosh. Oh, so silly. Actually, not to bring it back to Pokemon because we talk about it all the time, but what do you wear? What's your outfit in this current Pokemon?
I wear, first of all, it's top down. I got the locks in. You know, you got some braids. I have.
Gotcha.
What am I wearing right now? I do go I get creative with the wardrobe. I have this yellow bag that I really like.
Oh, you have the yellow bag?
Yeah.
I have the yellow bag too, man. I feel like I love yellow, so like I had to throw the yellow on. And I actually I haven't bought another bag since. I have never been like
Me
that's probably one
either.
of my favorite. That's like the only thing in my outfit that stays
It's a
pretty consistent.
staple. It's a staple. And
Hmm.
what else am I rocking? I'm rocking a pretty calm sweater, like one of those like blue varsity jackets.
Nice.
Um, some just denim jeans and like the regular sneakers you start out with. Um,
Really? You can wear the
I'm not, I'm
sneakers.
trying to I'm just trying to not to spend money on that because I know like I have beaten the game already, and I know when you become the champion, you have access to some really cool outfits, but they're just like ridiculously expensive. You would
Like
just
how
have to
much?
like 500,000 like
What?
for a piece of of the outfit.
Oh,
Like
damn. Well,
it's
I'm glad you said
ridiculous.
something. I was thinking about balling out and buying something else. But I have I bought oh man. I feel like I mean it's the in-game currency, but I definitely felt like I fell for a marketing scheme inside the game. So
Really? Would you
I,
fall for?
I'll lay it down for you. So, having not played this game, I was like, oh, like I don't really think I'm gonna ball out in my outfit too much. Like, I don't really like. I'm like, oh, like it's just like jeans and joggers. Like, I'll get like one pair of pants that I like, and I'll buy a T-shirt that I like, and I like did that in the game.
Right.
And then I definitely bought the bag because they start you off with like a really crappy looking bag. Um,
Yeah, that shit looks like a. Don't get me started on the bag.
it looks like an old suitcase, man. It looks like a suitcase that you would have to like tie together with string from like a pre-war movie.
It looks like furniture. Let's be honest. It looks like you're carrying a piece of furniture on your back the whole game.
It's like the ottoman, man. Oh yeah, I just took the ottoman, threw some straps on it.
It works. It works well. I can hold all these pokeballs and potions and stuff.
Yeah, I'm just taking this cabinet with me. It's got all my stuff in it.
Don't mind me, Mom. I'll bring it back once I'll bring it back.
Yeah, once I've completed the gym challenge and beaten the leader, I'll come back to you and
I hope that's where your character puts his old equipment. He doesn't just leave him in like the closet somewhere in the stores.
I hope he takes it back with him. Yeah, I've always thought that was weird. Like every time like in every other Pokemon game that I've had, it's always like, oh, like make sure you go home and like talk to your mom. And
Yeah.
whenever I go do that, it's always like, oh, like you look really tired, dear. Let me rest your Pokemon. I'm just like, not happy to see me. Like, geez, I just flew all this way from half the map over. I mean, yeah, sure, I can go right back, but it's exhausting for my Pokemon.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think we were trying to like instill a value, but then it kind of like fell short-handed.
Yeah. um, but yes, anyways, I bought this. I bought, like I said, like I bought a couple things, and then I went to like I was about to battle the first gym, and I like noticed that. Well, I noticed in the big city, was it like Motosoke? Is that the
Motor
first?
Stoke, yeah,
Motostoke. I noticed that there was a shop where you could buy like uniforms, and I was like, oh, that is cool. Like I'm definitely about that. And then I was like, $18,000. Like that's crazy. I mean, it's all
yeah.
fake money. It's not real money. But I was like, wow, like that's
Blake is spending 18 US dollars on the Pokemon game.
no, no, thank you. But yeah, so I was just like, wow, that's like a lot of in-game currency. Like I definitely am gonna have to save up for that. But I was like, I'll definitely buy one of those before the first gym. I was like, that's what I was like, definitely gonna like come back here and buy one of those for the
Yeah,
first gym. So, oh man, this is kind of sad. I mean, like now I've realized now that this is not how you play the game. But at the time, I was like, all right, so I'm like at the first gym, and I'm like I'm ready to go in and fight them. But I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go buy one of those the uniforms, basically to like to end the story before it starts, you have to wear the league uniform. You can't wear
Yeah,
your
you
uniform that
can't.
you buy. I did not know that. So I like went in and it like made me change, and I like started, and I was like, oh, but I went and bought one of these uniforms. Where is it? And then like I found out that you can only use it. But what ended up happening is I was like, all right, I'm gonna buy one of these. So I was about to head back to that town, and I was trying to figure out how to fly there. And I couldn't figure out how to fly there because because like in the first town, I know or Modestoke, I noticed that there was a Corviknight, and it said like taxi service, and then the chairman gave me like a pass, and I was like, oh, I'm sure I have to go to that guy. Then I get on the Corviknight, and then it takes me back to where I want to go, and then it'll like give me like an option. And I could not figure out how to fly, how to use the taxi service, so I ended up going back to that town, trying to figure out the Corviknight, but then the Corviknight was like gone. It's like, oh, like he just moved on, and I was like, what the heck? Like, how do I fly then? So then I went to like the department store to change my outfit, put the uniform on that I had bought, and then I still don't think I had figured out how to fly yet. Which, if you were like, how do you fly in this game? You just click on it with the map, and it's
Yeah.
that easy. But then I like walked back, which I think it's crazy they don't give you a bike to like. When do they give you? It's after this town. Man, I was just falling short. So
You're
close.
just taking your time with it. You really,
I really have been taking my time. But anyway, so I like got back and I like bought it at the store. Yeah, then you can't even wear it. But I have been steadily rocking that ghost uniform outfit that I got.
Oh, just outside, like you just rock the uniform. You
I
walk
think
around.
it's dope. I think it's dope.
It is dope. I think so too. And I like the fact that they do let you wear those uniforms. Like, especially after you beat a gym, you get that uniform, so you get to like wear that respective uniform. I think that's also really cool. Like, you get to like kind of gloat a bit. You beat it,
Yeah,
and they all look really cool.
yeah, they do look really cool. I kind of figured out that all the ones that you can buy are the types that they're. So I'm assuming that like you can't buy a dragon type and you can't buy a fire type, but like those are gyms. But like you can buy a bug type and a ghost type and a flying type. So I'm like, I mean, like there's a couple others that you can buy as well. But I'm like, those are the ones that they don't have gyms for those. I think I might buy a couple more of those because I think those are cool. So yeah, I rock the ghost uniform and a really obnoxious like jumper, and I think it's pretty cool. Yeah, I got it's like the haircut that I have is the fade, but it's like the mohawk kind of one.
No, I know what you're talking about.
I like that one.
I've experimented with pretty much all the different cuts, and the braids are my favorite right now.
Yeah, definitely. Do you rock a hat?
No, I just rock the hair and I dye the hair.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I just
I
play
haven't done
around
my
with
hair.
colors. I just love playing around with colors. Something I wouldn't do in real life.
Oh man, maybe I should give that a go. I don't know. I kind of dig the blonde. I kind of dig it.
Dude, I just don't like putting chemicals on my scalp.
Yeah, I definitely. I don't think I've never dyed my hair. I don't know if I would either, but in the game, it's fine.
That's why I like the modern mammals, which you recommended me not to give like a product shout, but that's
Yeah, they are not sponsoring this.
they're not at all. But that was actually a
Do you
great
like that? Do you like that? That
Yeah.
shampoo?
Yeah, it's bussing.
I don't know. I like got an ad for this company on Instagram, and I like went to check it out, and it was like, oh, like the shampoo that you use has like 1,000 chemicals in it, and ours is like all natural, and it's for the modern mammal, and it's like so good. Here's all these 5-star reviews, and I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'll give it a try. I don't like the shampoo that I got right now. I tried it. It worked out. It was okay. I don't know. I have to use a lot of it for my head. I don't know if you felt that way, but like I feel like I use like a whole lot of it in order to get my head clean. But I guess I do have more hair than you right now. So maybe.
Yeah, I don't have to use much currently. That's why I'm really enjoying it. It's used a little bit, and it really does feel like a really nice fresh. I've never had charcoal, so it's pretty interesting.
Yeah, it's got like charcoal in it, and it doesn't have as many chemicals. I think it's got like 5 or 6 ingredients, but it doesn't really suds up. So like you really have to like rub it in into your scalp and stuff. But hey, I guess endorse the podcast, Modern Mammals, if you're listening. Maybe I'll reach out. Maybe we'll do a little marketing. Maybe we'll say. Maybe we'll reach out. Hey, we got a podcast. You want us to run an ad? We'll do it. I don't really know how that works, but we'll see.
We'll see. I mean, it is just a great product.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we shouldn't be afraid to just shout stuff out if we're feeling it. You know? I mean, we shout out games. They're not paying us.
Not at all.
Nintendo, free marketing right here.
I didn't know that they've been around since that long, man.
I didn't either. That was cool. I'm glad that we did that. Did you enjoy that segment, listeners? Would you like us to do some trivia in the future? You can send us an email at thestickybuttonspod@gmail.com. I did enjoy it. That was kind of fun.
That was fun. You got to record that, like you doing that, and then you can just play it. Like, you can just edit it into the podcast in certain moments. Like,
yeah, I can just imagine, like, we're in the middle of talking about Call of Duty zombies, and it's like, hey, what year was Nintendo founded in? Feel free to send us an email. You can play along with us.
Yeah.
It's on our Survey Monkey.
But although I think it'll be better if it's just like it's natural and you just do it whenever you feel like.
Yeah, I'd be down, man. I'd be down to do some more of this. That was kind of fun. I like doing trivia. I also like doing trivia at bars, but I mean, you can't really do that now. But I don't know. I think it's fun. I enjoy it. Reading the questions, I actually really like that because it was like low stakes. Like it was just like it's all the fun without having to guess. But I think next time you're gonna have to do it, and
I'm gonna be the reader.
You're gonna be the reader. I'll
alrighty.
Answer some trivia questions.
I think I can handle that.
Dude, when do you turn 21?
I turned 21 on the 25th of February.
Ooh. Well, I was gonna say, let's hit the bars and do a trivia, but probably not gonna do that. But
dude, I was gonna go to the strip club. No.
Oh man, what's that strip club that it's like in New York, and I feel like it's, oh my gosh, every time I take an Uber anywhere in the city, I feel like it always drives me past this.
Perfection?
I don't think it's like on the west side of Manhattan, right off the highway. It's like
Sugar Daddies?
It might be.
Why do I know so many?
Yeah, what's going on here, Brandon? You have something you want to talk to me about?
It's my city, you know. I grew up
here. Oh, that's funny. I should have let you name a couple more.
Don't incriminate myself too much. My girlfriend is listening to these.
Yeah, hey, girlfriend of Brandon, send us an email. stickybuttons@gmail.com. I'd love to get an email one of these days.
That'd be hilarious.
Actually, I don't think I've checked it. I haven't checked it since we haven't
check it on the pod. Let's see if actually, well, yeah.
I mean, we haven't published an episode.
Yeah, we haven't published an episode.
We would have. So let's look. Why not? Oh, dude, do you want to know how many emails I have on my personal account?
How many?
Oh, dude, it's tough. Over 7,000.
Wow. That's actually not that bad. I have about 50,000 on mine. 59,000. I don't know how I do it.
Yeah, I mean that's really not that bad. Oh my gosh, I do not remember the password.
You want me to tell you?
No, I can check. I think I have a photo of it too. Whoa, that's not good. Well, if you email us by the time you email us, we'll have figured out what the password is.
So the password is, I can't say it on air.
I was gonna say we'll have to bleep it out. I got it. Yeah, I thought I typed that in. That's weird. Do you like the password?
Yes, I think it's very clever.
Oh, we do actually have some emails, but they're from YouTube. We've updated our terms of service. Please agree.
How exciting.
Oh, wow. Look at that. That's the first email we've read on the podcast.
Dude, I'm looking forward to posting some YouTube videos for the Sticky Buttons pod.
Yeah, I'm excited, man. I think that we could really, really do something. I mean, I've never streamed anything on Twitch, but I think we could like stream something and then record it and then put it on the YouTube. I think that would be great.
Hell to the yeah.
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 Sticky Buttons pod.
Sticky Buttons pod.
Dude, we gotta make stickers. We gotta make Sticky Buttons pod
shit.
stickers.
We should make sticky buttons pod stickers. I feel like we got to. Also, hey, if you're a listener out there and you're listening to this, how do you like how we have done our social media? How do you like our the logo that we have? I designed the logo that's currently on there. I designed it and it didn't take me that long. I don't know. I mean, like, I like it. I don't know if I love it. So if you're out there, listener, and you're like, oh, I could totally do some art for these guys. Make a improvement on what they got. We'd be down.
We love to hear. We love constructive criticism.
Yeah, we'd love to maybe even throw you some compensation to make us a new one. We are in the market.
We throw bones like Marowak.
Now I'm thinking of like Lucario. What is the
Bone Rush?
Bone Rush.
Yeah.
Hit 2 times.
Oh man, we sound like
suck.
such nerds.
Oh, that's funny. Dude, have you updated your team at all?
Man, I'm still rocking Flygon. I got Fracture. Just a dragon team right now. I haven't really messed with my team a lot. I am thinking about Inteleon and Rillaboom. I want to trade them. Do you want to trade Inteleon for some? That's the water starter.
Maybe.
Something.
I don't know. We'll have to talk about it because I think I'm wondering if I took my Rillaboom off too soon, because I'm kind of at this point where I'm kind of just like, wow, like all like the team that I have is like a lot. They're really good at like status effects and like the weird things, which I've never really. I normally just build my team as tanky as possible, but this time I really wanted to mix it up, and I'm like almost. I think like the only tanky one that I have is Lucario, and like he's like a fighting steel type.
He's a badass.
Yeah, I'm really kind of finding myself needing to pull him out to finish the job because the guys that are doing the status.
They're doing some work.
But they just can't. It's like they can't close. Because they're just like it's like they're just not tanky. They're not
right. Their job is to give you a status effect. Their job is not really to like DPS, do damage, or take damage per se. It's really just to like give you a condition.
Yeah, and I don't know. I think that I might have to rethink my strategy because I've never really done that.
Yeah, man.
I'm starting to wonder if maybe that's not.
Definitely need some variety. You need variety. That's so important in everything you do.
Because I think I'm at the point where I think half of my team, they each have, it's at least I can think of at least 3 of my Pokemon have a move that gives them health in some way, and I don't know if I need that. I might need.
Yeah, while that's annoying, like it is easy to clear you out if I have a dark type or like something that's super effective, because what are your healing moves going to really do if I one hit KO you or like one hit yellow bar you or
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to switch up my strategy a little bit. But I also I think I'm going to put Rillaboom back in the team.
Dude, he's just a machine.
He's a machine, man. Yeah, he looks so dope too, and I really like the monkey.
Dude, I feel like if he was in zombies, he would just kill shit. He would go crazy.
Dude, do you want to end this pod and play some zombies?
I think that's a great way to end the episode. Let's go play some fucking zombies.
Hey, welcome to another episode of the Sticky Buns Podcast. Thanks for tuning in. We really appreciate you, especially if you're listening and you've made it this far. We were kind of just chatting it up. So I really appreciate it.
Super appreciate you guys for tuning in. And if you made it this far, You are my favorite kind of listener.
Yeah, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. And I really hope you like this episode. I feel like the last one. I feel like I cursed the episode and cursed the internet with. But
What was that, Blake?
dude? I'm sorry.
I thought you said you were never gonna say it again.
We're bleeping it out. I'm gonna bleep it out in post. Yeah, it's it's not said on this one. I cursed it. Oh god, that's tough. But thanks for tuning into the Sticky Buns podcast. We really appreciate it. You can email us at thestickybunspod@gmail.com. I feel like we've said it enough times on the pod today, but we also have an Instagram, and we eventually will be posting stuff on our Twitter. I'm sorry, not Twitter. Our Twitch. And
YouTube.
do you want us to make a Twitter? Feel free to email us.
Email us at stickybuttonpod@gmail.com.
Gotcha. Well, thanks so much, guys. Do you want to tell people where they can find you on the internet, Brandon? I feel like we haven't done that. You don't have to. You don't have to shout people out or give yourself and your Instagram a shout out, maybe.
Yeah, if you guys want to, follow the kid on Instagram, that's at Brand the Bulger. That's you can figure it out if you really want to follow me that bad.
Yeah, I think I actually just a little for you guys on the pod. The Sticky Buns podcast Instagram. It is at the moment. It is only following us. I think we'll probably change that up. I think that we should probably, especially by the time that this episode airs, maybe we have changed it up because I definitely want to follow some of the people that are supporting us. So we really appreciate that. Feel free to send us a message on there as well. Yeah, I mean, I have my Instagram private. If you guys want to see me and see my face, maybe I'll make it public for you guys. But all right, have a good one, and thanks so much. Really hope you enjoyed this one. Peace. Let's X-File this out of here. Call the chopper.